Having a successful pool cleaning business is great, but if potential customers can't find you online, you're leaving money on the table. A professional website is essential for growing your business, showcasing your expertise, and making it easy for homeowners to book your services. Without a website, you risk losing clients, while competitors will scoop them right up. So today, I'm gonna walk you through how to create a pool cleaning business website that establishes your credibility, attracts new customers, and keeps your schedule full. Plus, I'm gonna reveal the #1 mistake that most pool cleaners make and how to fix it in just a few minutes. The first step is choosing the right website platform. Now, there are plenty of options out there, but for pool cleaners, my top pick is Wix. It's incredibly user-friendly, mobile optimized, and it offers everything that you need, like service pages, customer testimonials, and easy online booking forms. Now, I have over a decade of experience building websites, and Wix is by far the best option for getting a professional site up and running quickly without a developer. And the best part, Wix is absolutely free to try. So to begin, click on the link right up here or check out the link in the description below. By using that link, you're not just starting your website, you're also supporting me in this channel. And I truly, truly appreciate that. So go ahead and click on that link now and I'll walk you through the whole process. All right, so after you've clicked here, you're gonna be brought up to this page. Go ahead and put in your email address, then just click on Start Now. And it's gonna bring you to this page. Now you just have to put your email in twice and then your password, and then click Sign Up right here. You can also sign in with Google or Facebook if you choose to do that. I like to do it with an email just because it's separate this way. So go ahead and put in your information and then click on Sign Up. And the next page is going to be this. So who are you creating a website for? You want to choose for myself, my business, or a friend. Click continue. And then right here, what's the best way for you to get started? So I recommend, highly, highly recommend that you do follow a step-by-step guide. That's what I'm going to choose to do this. You can also do the get a personalized AI generated site, but I haven't had the best of luck with that. So I don't really recommend that. Explore the platform myself. Definitely don't recommend that. It can be overwhelming, and then others. So let's just go with follow a step-by-step guide. That's what I recommend to you to make sure we do this the right way. So let's click on continue. All right, so here, bring your ideas to life with AI. So it's basically a chat with AI. Now your original thought process might be like, no, I don't want to chat with AI and I'm just gonna set up my site. Don't do that, okay? The reason is this. When you have this chat with Wix and their AI platform, it actually will create the site in a way that makes it much, much easier to get your site together. And just much quicker, right? If you don't do this, you'll have a lot of things that are missing. If you do this, it will actually generate text for you. It'll generate pages. It'll do a lot of things that you want it to do. So we are going to click to start the chat. Definitely recommend that you do that. And then it says, first, tell me what your site is all about. So first, the question is, tell me what your site is all about. So I'll go ahead and answer that. And I just put in, I have a local pool cleaning company. So we'll click next. And what is the name of your pool cleaning company? So we'll answer that. Okay, terrible name, Ron Cleans Pools. My name's Ron, by the way. I don't know. I'm just putting in the whole thing here for the tutorial. So let's go ahead and click on there. What type of services do you offer? So it's asking specifically, what type of pool services do you offer, right? So we'll go ahead and fill this out. And what I put in is pool cleaning and maintenance services, including regular cleaning, water testing, chemical balancing, additional services also, which would be equipment inspection and repair, filter cleaning, algae treatment, and seasonal opening and closing services. So you really want to kind of list everything you offer. It just helps when it's generating text for you later. So we'll go ahead and click next. And then it says, do you have any specific goals for your website, such as attracting new customers or offering online booking for your services? I'm just going to say both because that's probably what you really want out of your site anyway, right? So both of these sound great. And where is your pool cleaning company located? I'm going to say Chicago, Illinois. So what sets your pool cleaning company apart from others in Chicago? I'll answer that. And I put, we've been around for 10 years, we're family owned, and have a list of 100 plus clients that are very happy with our service. So let's click next. Okay, so here it tells us that we are all set, right? Now you can look on the right side, it actually says, site type, pool clean service. This is basically what you see here is understanding exactly how AI is interpreting all the information that you gave. And it actually did a really good job with all this. You can just read through it, did a great job. So we'll go ahead and click on Go to Dashboard. And when you click on Go to Dashboard, it's going to take a minute, but it basically sets up your site or kind of the bones of it. And then you're going to be met with this page. Now, this is the content management system, or the CMS. So this is the back-end administrative part of the site. Like, the people who visit your site will never see this. It's just for you as an administrator. So that's what the back end is. But What we really want to focus on right now is actually designing the site and getting the site up. We'll come back to the CMS in a minute. I just want to talk about actually designing the site. So we're going to click on the top right design site right here. Okay, so how would you like to design your website? So you can customize a template or you can generate a design with AI. Now, customizing a template is the way that I always do this. You can technically choose to generate a design with AI. If you want to try that out, you can do that. But the reason why I choose customizing a template, so you may not realize this if you don't design websites, etc. Most websites are built from templates. Templates are basically the skeleton of a site, but it's not all, I mean, they have images and text and everything, but you can basically add the skeleton of the site. So you kind of look at the way that it's the formatting of it and the layout, things like that. And then you can adjust all the images, all the fonts, colors, everything that you want. But working from a template makes it so much easier and quicker to build a site. Most of the sites I ever built myself, all from a template, right? Very, very common. And then when you need custom coding, you get a developer, etc. But we don't need to do any of that because we have Wix, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say customize a template. Highly recommend that you do that as well. Okay, so it's going to bring us to this page here. And you can see here, pool cleaning service up top. Now, what we could do is we could scroll here and actually look. So we have a pool supply store here. This is specific to that. Not really a pool cleaning service. We'll go to page 2 to see if there's anything more. But surprisingly, they don't actually have one specifically for pool cleaning, but that's okay. What we could do is we could do all three of these cleaning companies technically works, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to view all three of these. I highly recommend that you always view 3 different templates. And remember, you are not choosing this site, right? Like everything there can be changed. It's very important to remember that. So I'll show you I'll walk through these right now. So the first one, well, we always want to click on the X in the top right. So let's go ahead and click on that. Okay. So now I want to look at the first one. So again, we can clean everything, or we can change everything to this. So keep that in mind, but we just want to look at the bones of the site, right? So you get a phone number up here, you get the social right here. We'll obviously adjust this image, get a quote. It's cool. I like that because basically if they want a quote for pool cleaning services, it makes sense to have that there. Phone number here, again, repeated. That's good. Why choose us? This is definitely good. You can adjust that to something with pools. Our services. So we can adjust this to be the different services that we actually want to show here. So that makes sense. Testimonials right here. So that's nice to have that on the page. And then contact us for a free quote. And it actually has a Google Maps integration in there. Pretty simple. And then, okay. And then down here, our company and head office. Okay. So that's that. So pretty good. This one, I'm not 100% sure. Okay, so I could see this working. So book a consultation, we'd change that to, get a quote or whatever. We'd have to change this to a pool thing here. I don't love this part. I just don't love the way that looks. There's no phone number here, right? Again, we're looking at the bones of the site, right? No phone number. This is kind of nice. I like this, how many customers and everything you've worked with. And then this basically showcases all the different areas that you do the cleaning. Certifications, not super relevant in pool cleaning. Our reputation, so this is basically a testimonial, so that's good. Yeah, and then there's no form. So I really don't, I'm not in love with that one. That's too general. Okay, let's look at this one now from the same standpoint. Now we have this video behind, which is pretty cool. You can add video too for pool cleaning. I like here that you can book online, contact, phone number. I like that stuff. That's all good. Book now is pretty cool how this actually follows you down the page. I'm a big fan of that. I think that's pretty cool. So it goes here and then it goes right to About Us, which is interesting. There's no call to action to actually book. It just follows you down the page. So that's pretty interesting. That's unique. And then this is the About Us page. You can read more about it, what we do. So this is all the different type of cleaning. Book now, testimonials, and get a quote now. Okay, so pretty cool. I'm going to click on book now just to see where this brings us. Okay, so this brings us into actual things that you can book. I understand that. And then get a quote. I just want to see where this brings us. Okay, so this is a contact us. So I got to be honest, the first one is really, it's just kind of what I like, what I think is the best site, the best version of what I would want. So we're going to say yeah for this one. So we're going to click on edit this site. Now, when you click on edit this site, that means that you're essentially choosing that theme. You can always change the theme if you need to, but that's basically what you do when you do this. And obviously after you click it takes a minute to get everything set up. So just be patient, let it set up. Okay, so now we technically, you have a site. All that you need to do, you can always preview to look at it. You can click on publish right now. It's okay to do that. No one is going to find your site. Don't worry. It's very difficult to find at this point. No one's going to be able to find it. So we'll do that and we'll click in here. Technically, this site, if you were to give this URL to anybody, they will technically be able to visit your site that quick. So you already have a site technically, but of course we need to customize it. Okay. So we're going to go to here. And this is what we have right now. This is we don't need this mobile thing right now. Okay. This is the homepage to the site. But before we work on this, we will work on it in a second. Before we do, I want to go back into the CMS, the content management system, just to explain exactly how that works, right? So let's go over to here. Right here, we'll click on Wix. Okay, so we're back in the content management system. So as I mentioned, this is only the administrator, but I just want to go over briefly what these things are. So right here, you can see kind of the setup, getting paid. So yes, you can accept payments online directly. People, if they create an account, they can pay you directly for the services right online on the entire platform, which is pretty cool. You can book online too. This is really helpful. So if, pool services, you may have your own schedule that you set up and bi-weekly or weekly or whatever, you go by the certain clients' pools. But if there's a situation where people have specialty requests or things like that you want it so that you don't have to deal with a lot of text messages and phone calls, you can set it up so that they can actually book directly on your calendar right from the site, which is pretty neat. Also, sales. So this talks about different sales that you've had. Catalog. So this is when you kind of showcase all your services and everything. We'll get to that in a minute. Apps. This is if you need some functionality on your site and it's not there, you can do it here. So this would be a good example of this is live chat. If you wanted live chat on your site and it's not there, you can actually use an app to add it to your site without, hiring a developer or any of these crazy things. You just have an app and then it'll actually be on there after you install the app. Site and mobile app. This gets into a little bit more advanced stuff, website, SEO, mobile app, logo and brand. If you don't have your own logo and branding, you can actually use this to help out. Inbox. This is good whenever somebody submits a form or email or things like that. It'll go into your inbox. You can check all your email here. So this is really a good administrative portal overall. Customers and leads. This is big too. If somebody submits a form and it's like, instead of chasing an email or looking at text messages or phone calls, this, that, and the other, you can look at it all here. It's all in one area, which is really nice. So you can keep track of anybody that's contacted you, customers, etc. Marketing, if you want to get into marketing, I'm not going to dive deep into that here, but marketing information, analytics, this is cool to see where people are going on your site. You can actually see all that. And then automations and settings, again, more advanced stuff. Developer tools, you can technically hire a developer and do some really custom stuff inside of Wix. But the beauty of it is you don't really need to. That's kind of the goal here, right? So this is the CMS. That's how that all works. But let's move on to the homepage. Your homepage is the first thing that visitors see. So it needs to make a great impression. So keep it simple, professional, and inviting. Introduce your pool cleaning business, highlight your reliability and expertise, and make it clear how you help homeowners maintain a sparkling clean pool. And also include a strong call to action that encourages visitors to schedule a cleaning or request a quote. Okay, so talking about the homepage. So this is the homepage now. Now, something to understand about the homepage. This is with every site out there. So every basically website that there is, there's three things to understand. There's the header, which is the top area. This is where the navigation is, right here, right? The header. There is the footer, and that's if we scroll all the way down. This is the footer right here, okay? This is the footer. And then there's the middle part. All this middle stuff, okay? All this middle stuff is what you can really customize. So the header and the footer usually stay the same on every page throughout the site. The thing that you're really changing for each page is that middle part, okay? So what we're gonna do here, now I'm gonna focus on showing you the functionality. I'm not going to make the perfect site right now, but I'm going to show you the functionality so you could actually do this yourself so that you kind of understand all the things to look for. Okay. Okay. So looking at this, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to look at the navigation, right? So I think, usually a lot of times you'll see home in the navigation. You don't actually need it because this is always home anyway. So when someone clicks on that, it'll always be home. But let's go ahead and click. We need to adjust the navigation first. So let's click on Manage Menu. So we have the homepage, which is not shown. You can technically show it just by clicking right here and then clicking Show in Menu, right? You can technically do that. We don't want it though. That's good. About, we definitely want. Services, we definitely want. Pricing plans doesn't really make too much sense. I mean, maybe you want to have this page, maybe you don't. It just depends on what you're offering. I'm going to say that we don't. So I'm going to hide that from the menu. FAQ, so frequently asked questions. I don't think we really want to show that either. Again, you could say, yeah, you know what, I do want to show that. You could have it, but I'm going to say that we don't really want to show that either. So we'll hide that from the menu. So now we've got about, services, contact, and then actually just booking something right here. But the one thing I think that we're missing here, I want to have a testimonials page, okay? Granted, we'll probably have testimonials throughout the site, but having a testimonial page is just good to organize things, and it can also kind of showcase your work, right? So what you could do is you could have a picture of a pool, and then you could have the quote from the client, and another picture of the pool, maybe with the client by it, and then another quote from the client. It's just good to kind of build those up. So to do that, to add a page, right? So we're going to go into the site right here. We're going to click on add page. And what we're going to do is we're looking for testimonials. Now, what you're going to notice is that there isn't really a testimonials page here. That's okay. I'm going to show you how this works. So we'll go ahead and click on general. And we are just going to add you can choose any of these formats, anything that you like, whatever look that you like for this. These images, etc. You can always add them yourself, but we're just going to say, well, we want to do testimonials. So we need a really general page. So let's just add this page right here. So we'll click on add page. And when we do that, Wix will actually build out the page for you. Okay, so this is the page here. Now we're going to label it, right? We're going to label it testimonials. Okay. And the page title, we're also going to put testimonials here. We'll get back to this page in a second, but now we have a testimonials page, right? Now, the other thing is, it's kind of weird right here. We have contact, book now, testimonials. Okay, so we want to change the order of this. So probably about us, testimonials, services. Yeah, like that. So about us, services, testimonials, contact, and book now. I think that's pretty good. The one thing I will say is that we've got contact and book now next to each other, which might be a little bit weird, but we're gonna look into that in a minute. The other thing I'd actually like to add a blog. So I like having blogs on pages, or on websites rather. The reason for that is that with a blog, you're able to really showcase your expertise. And it technically shows, search engines that you're active. So yeah, if you're actually writing stuff in there, it's helpful. This is not a requirement though. This is something that I personally prefer to do, but you don't have to do it. So to get that blog, what we're going to do, we're going to click on the add page here, and we're going to click on add Wix blog, and it'll actually build out the blog for us. So just let it do what it does for a second. Okay, so now we have a blog. So I think that we're pretty good. The one thing it added, it always adds this little search bar in the navigation, which I'm not too much of a fan of. So we're just going to delete that. We don't need that. So now we've got about, services, testimonials, contact, blog, and book now. I think that we have a solid navigation there. Okay. And then we'll scroll down. Oh, you know what? It took us right to the blog page. We'll go back to the home page here. By the way, that's how you switch pages. Okay. So we'll go back to the home page here and we'll scroll down. Okay. So this is good. One thing next, we need to add the form. So always look to add a form. And they had a form when I originally showed it to you, but you have to add your own just because you have to customize it. So this is really easy to do. So we'll click on edit form, and then adding the form, really easy to do here. So we're going to do first name, last name, email, phone, and then long answer. And instead of saying long answer, we will say, how can we help? Right? By doing that, we're basically giving them a form that they can fill out and submit to us. So we'll go ahead and click on save. Close that out. Then we're going to click on settings and we will choose the form, and there we go. So now there is a form that they can actually fill out if they want to contact us for a free estimate. That's the call to action there, right? Okay, so now we have the navigation done and the footer done. So we should be in pretty good shape here, right? So I'm going to first publish it, just because it's always good to publish after you're doing these things. You can always save too, but I just prefer to publish because then that way I can go here, I can refresh, and I can see exactly what the live site looks like, right? Which is pretty cool to be able to do that. Okay, so now let's actually talk about the design, which maybe you're excited to see. Super simple to do, okay? So what we're gonna do, we're not gonna worry too much about the logo and all that here. You're gonna log in here, which is good. That allows them to book everything. But this, for instance, right here. So the background, let's just say that this background doesn't work for us. Okay, this is just a big old image and it just doesn't work for us. What we want to do is we're going to choose image, and we could do media from Wix, Shutterstock, Unsplash, or an AI image creator. Okay. For this right now, we're going to go media for Wix, and I'll just put pool. Okay. So they have this one here. They have this one on the guy. They have this one over here, a nice pool stone path. Let's say that we're good with this one right here. So we'll just click on it, change the background. I don't love this one because it's kind of messes with the text a little bit. We could always change the text colors, but this is a little bit too much in my opinion. So let's change that. Actually, you know what? Let's try to change it to video. Let's try to change it to this. I think, or maybe, yeah, I think this one's pretty cool. Let's do this. So we'll change the background. And now this is pretty neat. So I'll click on publish. Okay, it's all set up. And now when we refresh the page, check out this. That is actually what we're looking at now as the home page. Pretty cool, right? So it's actually a video. So pretty easy to do. By the way, when I did that, I did Control F5 to clear cache. Gets technical, but that's how I was able to see the right version of it. Okay, so we have that. Now we've got all this. Book now. So where does the book now thing lead to? So if we click on book now, where does that lead them? That leads them to contact us for a free estimate. So I wasn't 100% sure on that. So I think that's okay. Book now. You might want to say, well, I want to change it. I don't really want to say book now. I want to say, get an estimate or get free estimate, right? Because that's what we're really trying to do anyway. And then we can obviously adjust this text. Okay, so that text now, get free estimate, makes a lot more sense. Now, if you're wondering, well, this is all cool, Ron, but how do I change the text? And, I just showed you how to change an image into a video. I just showed you that. So let's talk about the text. So let's say that we say, well, this is white. I don't really want it to be white. I want it to actually be black. Well, we could do that. We just click right here and there you go. It is now black text. And let's say that you're thinking, well, I don't really like the position of that. I think this looks great, by the way. But if you didn't, you could just say, yeah, you know what? We'll actually click it and we'll bring it over to here. Or we'll click it and bring it over to here. It's just drag and drop. That's what makes Wix so easy to use for beginners and just doing it yourself. It makes it so much easier than having to hire a developer for all this, right? So we'll say that's good. And we'll go through here. Call now. Obviously, we just double click. We change the number to whatever we want to change, right? Okay, so we change the number to whatever we want to change. Why choose us? So now we're in a situation where it says, why choose us? Well, we would want to adjust all the different things here, right? So we might want to say, they adjusted it for us. I didn't realize that it would do that, but that's why you talk to that AI chat. So why choose us? So this is actually pretty good. Our services. Now, this would definitely need a little bit of adjusting, right? I think that these images are kind of good, but kind of not. So like water testing and chemical balancing, right? This doesn't really make sense. We have to change the image. So water, let's go to here. And let's say we'll just do media from Wix. You can use any of these, by the way. We'll use Unsplash for this one. Let's just say pool. Let's do that one. Okay, let's say that's the one. We're gonna upload. There we go. So now you see it's really easy to change all these images. Really not a big deal. I won't do it all right here, but you can see how it would still, we can adjust all this as needed. Pretty easy to do that. So this is the testimonial section. So this is definitely a good idea to have testimonials, just so that people can see what you offer and not what you offer, but how people feel about your business, right? So what we're doing here is we're actually going to adjust this because we're going to say, you know what, I want testimonials, but I think this testimonial is kind of ugly. I just think it's ugly. I don't really like it. No problem. So here's what you could do. So we're going to left click here. We're going to delete. Okay. So that testimonial thing is gone now. But we're going to go to here. We're going to add a section and we are going to add testimonials right here. Okay. So we're going to click and we are going to click and we're going to drag right over to here. So now, well, actually, I put it in the wrong spot. So now we'll click here and we'll move it down. Move it down. There we go. That's where we want it. Okay. So now we have our services. What our clients say. Again, we could change the text, everything. We can change this image, adjust the text, the way the text looks, the colors, etc. Do all that. You can also click right here where it says slide 1 of 3, slide 2, slide 3. You can adjust the slides so that you can actually see each of them as you're going through them. And you can adjust the way it looks, everything. So again, it's all point click. It's just so easy with Wix. That's why I always recommend it. And then we go to here, contact for a free estimate. We already filled out, or we already did the form rather. And then we've got this right here. Very simple to do. So it's kind of cool. This is a Google Maps integration. This isn't easy to do, by the way. Developers usually get involved. But what this is it makes it so that they can actually see on a map, right? Which is pretty neat. You might be thinking, well, why do they want it? Like if you have an office or whatever. And if if you're doing this out of your house, that's a small business, you can delete this too. But it's nice because if people want to see where your office is, they can actually see it on a map. Just click on Manage Locations, you put in your address, and it'll automatically show all that information. Very, very simple to do. And then we have here, the bottom part, the footer, just adjust the hours, head office, adjust all the text, etc. And we are good. The one thing I did notice too is that it's got this book now up here that kind of follows you, which is cool. And then it also looks like it has a let's chat. The live chat is cool, but the problem with it is you gotta have someone always manning the chat, which may not be possible for you. So we'll just click on that, and I'm gonna click to delete that, just because the live chat, if you're not there to answer it all the time, it doesn't make sense to have it. So right now, I think this is a good looking homepage. I would definitely change some colors and things like that. But I think it's a good looking homepage. It really does what we want. So we're gonna go ahead and click on publish, and we are all set with the homepage. The services page is where you break down what it is that you have to offer. And you wanna list your services here in clear categories, such as routine pool maintenance, deep cleaning, chemical balancing, filter replacements, and emergency cleanups. For each service, explain why it's important and how your expertise makes a difference. Now, you want to end each section with an invitation to book a service or contact you to get more, questions answered. Okay, so the next page is the services page. So we go into here, we can actually click, and you can see where the services page leads to, right? This is what it will actually lead to, a page like this, talking about what you do, as pool cleaners, etc. So I think this is good, right? We'd obviously want to add pretty much everything as a service that we have on the homepage. So all these different things we'd want to obviously add on to here and throw them in. But in this instance, let's just go to the services page. And I'm going to show you how it actually works in the back end. So this is pretty interesting. The way the services page is it actually is set up so that people can choose and just book you right then and there, right? So here, I'll show you right here. We go to services, and they can actually go to here and say book now. But in this case, in order to get online bookings, you have to actually upgrade to their one of their plans, which don't worry, it's actually really, really reasonably priced as well. But here's what you need to understand. So when we go to here, let's preview. I'll show you what it could do, right? And I talked about this a little bit earlier. So let's say someone wants a seasonal service. Well, we'll click on book now. So they can actually go and they can select a date and time without you intervening at all. That's pretty awesome because it'll just save you a ton of time between text messages, phone calls, all these things that are kind of a headache, right? So they can do that. Now, again, you do have to upgrade to get to that and actually purchase a plan because right now it's obviously free, but it is pretty cool to save a lot of headaches and all that. But in that case, let's go back to the services here. I do want to show you. So that's what it actually can do for somebody. This is how the services page actually works. So we go into here and we click right here and you'll see that it says manage services. So we'll click on manage services. This brings you back into the CMS, which is that administrative part of it, right? And here you can actually add more services. Now, the nice thing about this is you can see they have a price to it. So you could say, yeah, you want your water tested, it's going to be $50. We'll come out there, we'll test your water. You can explain all that, have it listed. They can do it, set it up, press a button, schedule a service, boom, you're good to go. And your calendar, that calendar that was there, you can customize that thing like crazy, right? You could say I'm available on these days, these times, etc. So that will actually allow you to do that, which is pretty cool. So I'm going to click on edit here just so you can kind of see the back end and what you can choose in these things. So for this, water testing, etc. How long? 45 minutes, buffer, cost, prices, etc. The address or location, which you probably won't want to do that, so you can just delete it. But this is pretty cool too. So assign staff. So if you have staff members that you work with, you say, hey, so-and-so, we need you to go test the water at this place. You can actually assign it to that staff member here, which is nice to stay organized on the back end as the administrator, right? The other thing is, so let's say that, water testing, it's probably going to be a reasonable, $50 every time. But let's say it's a full pool cleaning and you're thinking, well, I'll do a pool cleaning. Well, here, I'll actually show you. I'll do a pool cleaning, but I need to, customize every quote because pools are different sizes. So with the pool cleaning, we'll click on edit here. And what you can do is instead of having a price listed, what you could do is you could say free and then pool cleaning estimate, right? So we're going to save it. So now what happens is that when somebody wants an estimate, right? We'll preview this. So pool cleaning, well, it should say pool cleaning estimate. Hold on a second. I think I'm cached. Yeah, this is the technical stuff. But anyway, the point is it would say pool cleaning estimate. They click and then they could actually get an estimate choose a time to get an estimate on your calendar. That's what I'm getting at here. Again, this isn't perfect. I got to refresh cache. Blah, blah, blah. It gets technical, but that's really the idea there, right? Is instead of answering those phone calls, text messages, you just send them this, they'll click it, they can book, and you're all set. It's done. It's just done without you being, involved at all. So that's definitely pretty awesome. It's just a big time saver. So yeah, that's how the services page works. I think this is pretty simple. Again, the pricing, you may or may not want to include it. It's just kind of a, your own choice and everything. But again, it's all managed at the back end, and that's just how it works. It works really easy, and you can add obviously every service that you have, and it'll update the page automatically. Next, we have the testimonial page. So nothing builds trust faster than happy customers. So you want to create a section on your site that showcases positive reviews and testimonials from satisfied pool owners. Now, if you have before and after photos of pool cleanings, include them. Real results speak louder than words and can help convert visitors into paying clients. The next page is the testimonials page. So this one, we go to here, and you'll see when we click on testimonials, it leads to a brand new page. Remember that one that I built earlier? And we've got this page. We could obviously adjust the text and everything, but I showed you a little bit of this earlier. We're going to click into each of these sections. We don't really want these sections. And again, we go into here, add a section, and we want testimonials. Now, we already used this one on the home page, but we can say, you know what, let's add this testimonial thing, right? And we'll move it down because we got to have the top of it, right? Testimonials, there's one testimonial. And let's say that we want another one, right? Because we're really trying to stack the testimonials here and show how good we are. So we'll do that one, and we'll do that one right there. So now we got testimonials, this one here, more here, more here. Obviously, you click in, you adjust the text and everything, but that would be a whole testimonial page. And now it's a lot more than just that little area on the home page. The About Us page is your chance to connect with potential customers. So share your story, why you started your pool cleaning business, your experience in the industry, and what sets you apart from other pool cleaners. If you have any certifications or licenses, make sure to mention them here to establish credibility as well. Next, we go to the About page. So we'll go ahead and click here. This is what the About page will look like. Pretty cool image, but frankly, we're not. Well, actually, we could technically use that because as pool cleaners, you could wear gloves. So we have all this. And then About Ron Cleans Pools. Remember my terrible business name. That's fine. So we'll go to here, and we will just go to the About page, right? And we can adjust this if we want to. Honestly, I really like the look. It's kind of cool. Like with 10 years of experience being family owned and a satisfied client base of over 100. I think that's pretty cool to remember because remember that AI chat I had in the beginning? I actually adjusted the text. And they also set them in Chicago, Illinois. So they do all this stuff. Here, obviously, we'd adjust this. But, you just tell your story. You might want to throw in some staff pictures, right? Things like that. If you do, no big deal. Go ahead and click on Add a Section. Click on About. And then you can say, okay, well, maybe you want to add, or maybe you just want to picture yourself, right? Click in, you throw that in, and now you can add, adjust yourself. You can delete this button so you don't have to have it, but you can actually be the owner and you can put a load of information there. So that would be it for the About page. This is a nice design. I like it. So we'll go ahead and publish that. And we also have to build the contact page. So you want to make it easy for potential customers to get in touch. Your contact page should feature a simple form where visitors can request a quote or schedule a service. You also want to include a phone number, email address, and social media links as well. And if you offer free consultations or first-time customer discounts, you may want to highlight that to encourage immediate engagement. The next page is the contact page. So this one will go here. So where does this bring us? This, when it's clicked, it's kind of interesting. So remember on the home page, so it had contact us for a free estimate. It actually leads them directly to that particular form so that they could do it. I think that's fine. You could say, well, I want to build a whole new contact page. You don't really need to technically. The whole point of a contact page is to have this. You might want to throw a testimonial, like where it says contact us for a free estimate. And then you put like a quote in quotes and then a testimonial or two or whatever there. But other than that, I think this is fine. Plus it's nice because it's right on the homepage, right? So someone scroll on the homepage, they see the contact us right on the bottom. And also when they click on contact, it brings them right down. Now, an extension of the contact page is the book now that they have here. So we're gonna click on book now. And this actually will bring them right into the services page. So remember the services page earlier? Contact, book now, kind of the same thing, right? This will bring them into the services. So we already talked about the services page. I'm not gonna do it, but that's where the book now brings them just so that you're aware. So if they're trying to book right then without even contacting you, that's how that would go. And next we have an optional one, but it is a blog. So this can be a great addition to a pool cleaning website. You can use it to share pool maintenance tips, answer common customer questions, and provide seasonal advice on keeping pools clean. This will position you as a trusted expert and help your website rank higher in search results. And the next page here is the blog. So we'll click on the blog here. Now the blog is interesting. It's a little bit confusing at first, but it's simple, I promise. So the thing to understand about a blog is that there's the blog page up top, right? And then all the blog posts below it. So when we're looking at here, we click on blog, it brings us to this page. And then we have all these. Well, what are all these? These are all the blog posts. Okay, so we click in and then you can actually read the blog post. Now to edit this, super simple to do. We go into here, click on page, go to blog, right? And here's how it works. So we're on the blog page. It'll have this. You can always adjust the layout and everything if you want. But if we want to add a new post, meaning that you're like, I really need to write a new blog post about, what to do this winter to winterize your pool, things like that. We'll click into here and we'll click on manage posts. And it brings us back into the CMS, which is the administrative portal. And now we're able to write the posts. And as we write a post, it'll actually show up on a blog page. So we'll write a post, we'll type everything out, we'll put the images in. When we publish it and somebody clicks on blog, it will be right at the top right here. Okay, that's how that works. So let's go into here. Let's just show you. So if you did create a new post, this is what it would look like. I'm going to click on edit just so you can see when that's done. We go into here and boom. This is the title. This is all the content. You can see the image that's here. And then once you click publish, like I said, it gets pushed to the blog page. Super easy to do. Again, the blog is definitely optional, but it's good to showcase your expertise and show that and if your company's featured in places, news articles, things like that, it's good to do that too. So definitely worthwhile looking into doing a blog if you have the time for it. So congrats, you have made it. Now, if you followed everything in this tutorial that I just did, you now have your very own pool cleaning website. And while there will always be tweaks and improvements over time, you've built up a solid foundation that you can proudly share with the world. And this website, it gives you the exposure that you need to really succeed online. Oh, and remember that big mistake most pool cleaners make when building their website? Well, spoiler alert, it's not actually about the website at all, believe it or not. So the biggest mistake that pool cleaners make is not using email marketing effectively. Many assume that once someone visits the site, they'll book a service immediately, but that's rarely the case. Most homeowners, they'll take time to research their options, and email marketing, it helps you stay top of mind. So you can collect emails through your contact form and then send automated follow-ups. So you can share pool care tips, seasonal service reminders, and offer special discounts for returning customers or new customers. A well-timed email can turn a casual visitor into a long-term client. So to make this easier, I recommend using Brevo, which integrates with Wix and simplifies automated follow-ups. Now you can go ahead and click right up here to check it out, or check for the link in the description to try it for free. Your pool cleaning website is more than just an online presence. It's a powerful tool for attracting new customers, building trust, and growing your business. And if you found this video helpful, please hit that like button. And if you have questions, drop them in the comments. I would love to help you create a site that keeps your schedule full and your business thriving.